Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a man eater.
So Netflix put out Friday on the 20th, Jessica Jones season 1, like they did with Daredevil 4 or 5 months ago, and it's pretty rad. You've watched the first episode.
Yep.
I think I've seen 4 maybe, and this guy binged through the whole damn thing yesterday.
Yeah, I just laid in bed and drank juice and watched Jessica Jones all damn day.
I'm just gonna say, from watching the first episode, man, I really enjoyed it. But the thing I thought was the coolest was that whole like noir crime movie vibe. That
it's like that through the entire show.
Oh, man, I thought that was such
like
a cool
the whole
touch,
detective
man.
agency and like the whole.
Her like she narrates part sometimes, you know.
She still does
and then
that.
It's got the like saxophone music, you know, like. Dude, I fucking dug the shit out of it.
It was
dude.
a dark and stormy night.
I just recently watched Chinatown too, so I was like all about it, you know.
It's really good.
Really, really cool, man. Really, really cool.
So I can't remember, did Kilgrave's not really in the first episode.
He's not really,
you hear about him, but he doesn't like pop up or anything.
If I hadn't known anything about the story, like Michelle was watching it with me and she had no clue what it like the whole I think that would have been cooler, because I would have had no clue what she was talking about, what happened, you know, if it was just like a sexual assault, but then it turns out that it's so much more than that.
Yeah.
You know? And so and I sort of explained it to her about halfway through, because she just it's like almost too puzzled at some points, you know. But watching it, knowing like some of the backstory, man, it's cool. It's really, really cool.
Also, it's David Tennant.
How about the fucking sex scenes?
Yeah. Super
Dude.
real.
Those are
Super real. You ain't seen shit yet.
Right from, but it, like the show starts you out right from the beginning, like, oh, this is this kind of show. We need to put the kids away.
Yeah.
Because
it absolutely
the dude is fucking this chick like right in the alley, and he goes. I mean, it's like full on like, you know, this should be a on HBO.
Just wait for the main characters.
Oh, dude.
So
there's about 5 or 6 like pretty hardcore, like if you like slip the nip, it'd be porn. Nips never slip though.
It's heavy. It's heavy, man.
It's almost like Aziz Ansari sex scenes from Master of None.
You just made a reference. We didn't know, dude.
I mean, I've seen. I mean,
it's related. Netflix. Master of None is Aziz Ansari's new comedy.
Also binged through that. And
Very,
it's really good.
Very funny. But it was also kind of awkwardly funny to see him doing a sex scene. Because he does like just like one or two.
It's his typical humor.
Yeah, it's funny. Anyway, complete opposite of Luke Cage breaking the bed in Jessica Jones.
Oh, and dude, Luke Cage. Holy crap, am I super fucking excited for the Luke Cage series that's coming up.
He's awesome, man.
Perfectly cast.
Yeah, I thought he was really good in the episode I watched.
Dude,
cool.
I mean, the whole time anytime that Luke Cage pops on the screen, I'm like, just have him, just give me his show now. Just do it now. Just give me the Luke Cage show.
So, how much does it reference Daredevil at all, or Matt Murdock?
I don't want to spoil too much, but the very last episode, you'll just have to. There is a reference to that show.
I just didn't know. I didn't know if it was going to reference it at all this first season.
There's also somebody that was in the Daredevil show that is in that last episode.
Oh, cool.
I'll say who it is. I mean, it's in the episode description, but it doesn't give anything more than that. I don't want to spoil too much.
How many episodes are there?
13. Same as Daredevil.
Cool.
And so the only other Netflix show we're getting is the Luke Cage show, right?
No, and
the Defenders, right?
Defenders.
There's going to be a Defenders show too, then.
Yeah.
Defenders, and apparently the Iron Fist is still.
Oh, that's going to be a thing.
The last thing that I read that Loeb said was, people are saying rumors that we're not going to do the Iron Fist show, but we just haven't had any news to share. That's pretty much it.
Nice.
Is it like all plans that we originally had are still going along as they were planned?
So do you think they're going to do Iron Fist before Defenders?
Oh, yeah, I would think so. I think they're going to do the Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and then Defenders.
That's right. We're still getting season 2 of Daredevil at some point, too.
Yeah.
That's already happening.
I mean, we're still going to keep getting new stuff, but on top of that, we're getting the second seasons of the ones that have already come down the pipe.
Oh, my God.
Well, it seems like they're going to have to start putting them out a little quicker. Like if they want to get to Defenders, like, I mean, it would be what a next, how far?
It'd be about three or 4 years
before we'd see Defenders, And I think, I don't know if this is true, but I don't know. It seems like the interest is starting to sort of, it doesn't seem like it's rising anymore in comic book and superhero related stuff. It seems like it's sort of,
it's kind of plateaued to where it's going to stay for a while.
I don't know necessarily that it's gone down any, but it's definitely, I think, as high as it was.
Well, that's what's cool about these shows is they're a lot different than the stuff that we've been exposed to.
I think they're amazing.
The tone is so much different.
And with Jessica Jones, I mean, there's definitely like comic booky superhero type tropes in it. I mean, like Kilgrave is a mind controller. Mm-hmm. I mean, he doesn't like get in your mind. He just tells you to do something, and you're compelled to do it. You have to do it. You have pretty much no other choice. Mm-hmm. And it gets into some of that stuff. And like Luke Cage is super strong, has unbreakable skin. Jessica Jones is significantly stronger than normal. I mean, she can still get hurt and she gets bruised, and basically, she gets her ass kicked quite a few times during the show. I mean, there's still comic booky stuff, but at its core, it's more of like a detective, like kind of human redemption kind of story.
The story's not based on them having powers.
Right.
It's just these people that have powers and are trying to...
And how it affected their lives and how they're trying to just like make it through their normal human shit.
Mm-hmm. These are how normal people deal with superpowers.
Exactly.
Not the Captain Americas and
that's
the Tony
basically
Starks,
a perfect analogy for it.
Yeah. That was a nice burp then, huh?
Thanks.
Get your sons. 7.0.
So I'm super excited for all of these shows. I mean, once I saw Daredevil, I was pretty much on board for all the rest of it.
I mean, I liked like the 3 or 4 episodes that I watched. I don't know if I'll binge though. I'll maybe watch an episode or 2 and then I'll want to do something else. I don't dislike it. I enjoyed the episodes I saw.
It's a very different show than Daredevil. I mean, kind of the same tone.
Mm-hmm.
That they've set up with, like all the EPs and everything are still kind of running everything, but it's, as far as just like the content and theme of the show, it's a very, very different show.
Yeah.
So far, all it's made me want to do is watch Daredevil again.
It did make me want to do that.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that too. That show was awesome.
Very
that
good.
show was amazing.
It's got good fight scenes in it, but I mean, nothing to the degree of Daredevil.
Boy, that second episode of Daredevil, my God.
That fight scene in the hallway.
The hallway scene.
Where it's 10 minutes and he keeps falling down and getting right back up, and then killing 9 more guys and then falling down and getting back up.
That to me changed what I thought a fight scene was. Like, that showed it. That told it almost told the story. Through the fight scene, you could see so much emotion happening in the fight from everybody. And it was after that, it was oh man, yeah, this is just a fight, whatever. Yeah, it's never gonna be the hallway scene from Daredevil.
It's not gonna be episode 2 of Daredevil fight scene.
That's the thing with this show. I never really had those kind of moments.
Right. Okay.
I mean, there's still a lot of really cool moments in the show. I mean, from first episode to last episode is still very, very solid and outstanding. But I never had any of those scenes that just really, really stand out to me.
Mm-hmm.
No Kingpin and car door.
No, nothing like that. There is some really, really brutal stuff that happens in it, though.
See, I didn't spoil it. I just mentioned the 2 things that are in that scene in case you guys haven't watched Daredevil yet. Yeah. Not that I care about spoilers, but spoiled Flash and Arrow for you for the last 25 minutes. But
there's one scene where this doesn't really spoil anything, but Kilgrave is at a newsstand in New York because this happens in Hell's Kitchen.
Still in Hell's Kitchen.
It's
like Daredevil.
And he's up at a newsstand and picking some magazines off, and the guy who runs the stand's like, "Hey, it's not a library." And Kilgrave just looks at him and says, "Pick up that coffee." Picks it up and says, "Now throw it in your face." Scalding hot coffee, and just throws it in his face, and then just immediately starts screaming in pain because he just scalded his face. That's the lightest thing that Kilgrave makes somebody do to themselves.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of it not the same powers or anything like that. But he, for some reason, like the stuff that I saw with Kilgrave really reminded me of Wolf from Powers.
It kind of does.
Like he's got that suave, sophisticated, but like if you say the wrong thing to him,
He'll just snap and
you're
make you
going
cut your
to
own hand
die.
off. Powers was the show based on the Brian Michael Bendis book that was put out with Image, which is odd because Brian Michael Bendis also created Jessica Jones.
Huh.
I really need to go back and watch that. I only watched like half of it.
It was a very good show. I never finished it.
I didn't either. I didn't get very far, actually. Maybe the first couple episodes. But I liked it. It was good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, watch Jessica Jones. I'll keep watching it.
Dude, Luke Cage.
Support it.
Just
so
watch it for Luke Cage.
They keep watching it.
And the girl who plays Trish, can't remember her last name now, and I just watched it yesterday. She's going to become Hellcat. But she's in it. She and Jessica Jones are BFFs.
Yeah.
And she's the blonde Australian girl from the second Transformers movie.
Huh?
Or first, I don't know. One of the Transformers movies. I think it was the second one. The one with Anthony Anderson.
Wasn't Megan Fox in it?
Yeah. There was more than one female in that movie. She's the Australian. Maybe if you're talking Australian accent, it might jog your memory.
Nope.
Hot blonde Australian works.
She was in.
She was in that.
I remember there was a
blonde.
blonde in the third one with Patrick Dempsey, but that's not her.
No, that's not her.
So there was a blonde in the second movie?
Yeah.
Oh. I pretty much erased that movie from my brain because it's one of the worst movies of all time.
I just remember because she was hot. Still hot, by the way.
That movie's so bad I don't even remember there being a girl in it.
All right.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. Transformers 2 is a
really
piece
good.
of shit.
And I'm assuming after we all watch Jessica Jones, we'll probably come back and do a round table and talk about the whole thing and spoilers and all that good shit.
Cool. So, one more thing to talk about.
Just one more thing.
A little bit today. Oh, we want to talk about Columbo? We can do that.
No.
Okay. You're like, oh, you wanted a new Columbo? Like, this show's nothing like Columbo.
You and Jeff can talk about that next week.
Anyway, Star Wars Battlefront.
I'm sorry.
I don't know why you guys hate on Columbo so much. It's a good show.
I'm not hating on Columbo.
It's a really good show. Just got to give it a chance.
Battlefront.